Hey guys, welcome back to a new video and happy fall. I'm so excited for fall and I love fall makeup. So today we are going to create this beautiful look. I wanted to start off the fall tutorials by creating a very natural, versatile look that can be worn both daytime and also nighttime. This is a look that will suit all eye color because you can never go wrong with a smoked out brown look. So this look is not too bold, so it can be worn at school, at work, on date night. You can even smoke it out a little bit more if you want a more intense look. You can add on lashes. You can change the lip color to your desired lip color of the day. And without further ado, if you want to see how I created this look right here, then please keep watching. I'm going to mix both of these today. So I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation and also the Armani Luminous Silk. So I'm just going to add a little bit around my face with my Pro Blended Sponge. And then I'm going to dab it all over my skin. And the combo of these two together just makes the skin look so beautiful. So another foundation I really have been loving at the moment are the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. I mentioned this foundation in my last favorites video, so if you want to see me talk a little bit more about it, then definitely be sure to check out that favorites video, and also be sure to check out the testing out new drugstore that I did. There you will see my first impression on this one. I love this. The concealer I'm going to use today is the Dior Skin Correct. I have the shade 0N. I really love the doe foot applicator on this one as well because it is so big and it's so easy to apply. And I really love this. If you are looking for a dupe for the Shape Tape, but you want something that is a little bit lighter but gives you the same amount of coverage, this is definitely a concealer to check out. So I'm just going to use my sponge again and I'm just going to blend this out. It is not as drying as the Tarte Shape Tape and it is not as heavy. So it feels very lightweight when you apply it. It also minimalizes the pores that I have around my nose, which I really enjoy about this concealer as well. Definitely a concealer that I would recommend you to check out if you are on the hunt for something that covers everything, but it doesn't make your under eyes look dry and it doesn't feel very heavy. So now I'm going to do my brows. Usually I do this off camera to save some time because my videos tends to be a little bit long. But today I decided we're gonna do it on camera. So for my brow routine, I actually have 4 products. So I use a pomade first, then I go in with a pencil, I use a brow setter and also a highlighter. All of these products are from Benefit. I really enjoy these ones. This is the reason why I always do my brows off cam, just because it takes me a while to get them very precise. And I also use a bunch of different products as I just showed you. So when I somewhat have the shape I want for the brows, I'm going to go in with the Benefit My Precisely Brow Pencil and I'm just going to correct the brows on both sides so they look even. And I'm also going to fill in the areas right here where the pomade is a little bit faded. So next up, I'm going to take the Benefit Highbrow and I'm just going to go under each brow. And this will also erase if there's any lines or anything that you want to get rid of. So you can kind of carve out the brow shape exactly how you want it, which I really enjoy. Then I will take another flat definer and we're just gonna blend out all the edges, making sure all the product is blended out. And now I'm going to take my 24-hour brow setter from Benefit as well. This is like my favorite product ever, just because it keeps your brows in shape all day. It also makes the brows look a little bit more textured. So I'm just going to go ahead and brush up the inner hairs. And then I'm going to press them down using the flat side. So before we do our eyeshadow, I'm just quick going to go over my skin with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to use the Scott Barnes Natural palette today, which is one of my favorite palettes ever. I really enjoy the formula of this palette. I've talked about this so many times on my channel, so I'm sure you know how much I love it. And I thought this will be the perfect palette to play with for a beautiful fall look. So I'm going to start by using this shade right here, which is called Muted. And I'm just going to blend out the concealer that we have on our lid, set everything in place by using this shadow. It is such a beautiful lid color if you are my skin tone. So I'm just going to use this shadow to set everything, get rid of all the redness we have on our lids, and I'm just obsessed with this. You don't get any fallout with this palette as well. I have a first impression and review video testing out Scott Barnes products. I can leave it up in the corner so you can check that out. So now we're gonna add some color into the crease. I'm gonna mix the retro shade right here with vintage. So I'm just gonna dip into both of these shadows, and I'm gonna start to add this onto the crease and also blend it up to my brows. Really enjoy this big blender because it is so easy to just get shadow on, as you can see. So as you can see, I'm blending this pretty high, pretty much all the way up to my brows, as well as the crease. Just because we are gonna play with some darker colors, I really want everything to look seamlessly blended and smooth. So next up, I'm going to use the same brush, and we're going to go into the shade which is called Foxy, which is a little bit of a darker matte brown. And this I'm going to focus on the outer part of the lid, and I'm also going to blend it into the crease, but I'm not going as high as with the other shades. And as you can see, this brush just makes everything so easy. It just glides on and it just blends so fast. So now we're gonna pick up more shade. We're gonna go and do the exact same thing on the other side. I'm also blending this a little bit higher, what's left on the brush, into the other shades that we applied. But this is how you can achieve a very quick and easy eyeshadow look. Use Tree Color, use a big blending brush, add some shimmer on the lids, and you're good to go. So now I'm going to take a more precise tapered blending brush, and we're going to go in with the shade Rescue right here. I'm going to add a tiny amount on my brush because these shadows are so pigmented, and this shade I'm going to focus on the outer part of the eyelid. I'm also going to blend it into the crease, but we're not going as high. So I like to add a tiny amount on the brush, blend it out, and go back in and add more color if that is what I desire. It is a lot easier to add on more shadow than to take it away. So it is a lot easier to create a beautiful look. But as you can see, this is also very beautiful, warm, orangey brown that I feel is perfect for fall. Then I'm going to take the big blender again, and I'm just going to go over the crease to blend the shades together. Very quick, very easy. So now I'm going to take a Foxy again. I'm going to use an eyeshadow packer brush, and this we're going to place all over the lid. So I'm just going to pack it onto the inner corners and pretty much all over my eyelid. And these colors are so beautiful. Absolutely love them. So now for my lid, I'm going to go in with Brazen. I'm going to use the same brush. This is a little bit darker. And this we're also going to pack on top of the other eyeshadow that we use on our lid. So this will also build up that intensity and darkness. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just going to pack on the shadow all the way to the inner corners. And then I'm going to take the taper blending brush again, and we're going to go back into retro, and I'm just going to blend this a little bit into the crease in my inner corners. And last but not least, for the upper lids, we're going to go in with Brick House, and I'm going to use the very small precise blender, and we're going to focus this on the outer corners. So I'm just adding the product exactly where I want it, and then I start to blend it out. So we're just gonna add this on the outer corner of the eyelid and blend it also into the crease a little bit. And as you can see, this definitely deepened that eye. It looked more put together compared to this one, but you can definitely go for this one. You can skip this step if you don't want more darkness on the outer corner, because this is also such a beautiful look. And this brush makes cut creases and all of that so easy because it is so small and tapered. So definitely be sure to check out my brushes. I really love them. I'm so happy with them, and I'm just obsessed. So now I'm going to go back in with the big blender, and we're just going to go over the crease back and forth to blend all the shadows together. So for the lower lash, I'm taking another clean, small, precise blender. So I'm going to take the shade Rescue again, and we're going to place this onto our lower lash. And these brushes are perfect for this kind of blending because they fit perfectly under your eyes and it makes everything so easy. And I'm also making sure to connect the shades on the outer corner. So for my waterline, I'm going to add MAC Cosmetic Eye Kohl in the shade Smolder. I'm just going to add that into my waterline. So I'm keeping it mostly focused on the outer part. So I'm not adding this all the way to my inner corners, but I'm also going to use this on my upper waterline. So we're going to tight line. This step will make the eyelashes look more full as well. So for nighttime, I feel when you add a little bit of black in the waterline, it will make it even more smoky and sexy, which I really enjoy. But you can definitely skip this step if you're not comfortable wearing black in your waterline. You can use a nude tone. You don't have to use anything because the look is beautiful by itself. I'm also going to add a tiny amount on my upper lash line, just in the outer corner. So we're going to smoke this out as well. So don't worry about the line being too harsh. And I'm also going to do the same on the lower lash. Just add a tiny amount on my lash line. So I'm going to use a flat definer and I'm just going to smoke this out. So it will not look very intense. It will just gives you a beautiful smoked out look. And the same for the upper lash. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to curl my lashes so they're ready for mascara. And I like to do this in 3 steps. So I push, I go a little bit more out and I push again. And I do this 3 times on my lashes. So for mascara, Benefit were kind enough to send me a few products and I received their new mascara, which I'm so excited to try out. So I love Benefit mascara, so I'm very excited to try out this one, and this is their Real Magnet Mascara. So it says it's supposed to give you extreme length, powerful lift, 40% longer lashes. And I am so excited to try this out. So here you can see how the tube looks like. It looks pretty much like their Real. It just looks a little bit different. And I am just loving Benefit mascaras because they give my lashes length, volume, and also a lot of curl. And it lasts all day. And I can definitely see right away that it definitely gives me more length. So if you see this compared to this eye, you can definitely see that my lashes looks longer. It also has that beautiful curl and the lashes are very nicely separated. So first impression of this mascara is very good. So let's just hope this will not transfer. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to my lower lash as well. So first impression of this mascara is very good. I don't feel like I have to wear lashes, which is great in my opinion because I feel like some mascaras can make my lashes look very clumpy and very short. So I feel like I need lashes to make the look complete. With this mascara, I feel like they separated the lashes. It added a lot of length. You have that Benefit curl, which I really love. And I'm so impressed with this mascara. I can't wait to use this a little bit more. The first impression, this is definitely a mascara worth checking out. I can definitely see myself using this mascara so many times. So now I'm gonna take a little bit of the Sensei translucent powder and I'm just gonna use the puff that comes in and I'm just gonna add a little bit on my chin area because this can be a little bit oily throughout the day. I'm also gonna add a tiny amount on my smile lines and then I'm also gonna add some to my nose. So I'm just gonna let this sit for a little bit before I dust off the excess and we're gonna contour. I'm gonna use the Scott Barnes Sculpting and Contour Palette. And I love this palette, you guys, because you get so many shades, but you already know this if you have seen my other tutorials. There's something for everybody in here and I'm not using only one shade to contour and bronze my skin. I use multiple shades. So we're gonna start with Carve. And this palette is very pigmented, so you barely need any product. This is a beautiful shade to sculpt out your face. So I'm just gonna add this to my cheekbones right here. I'm kind of framing in my face with this one. So I'm dabbing the product on and then I'm blending it out. I feel like this is the best way to apply it because then you get the majority of the product where you want it and then you can blend it out to the rest of your face as well. I'm also gonna go down each side of my nose. I'm not doing like a very precise contour. I just like to add a cool tone down each side of my nose, and then I will go over with a warmer tone to bronze up as well. And then I'm also going to take this and I'm going to go under my jawline. And next up I'm going to take Frame, which is a little bit warmer, and we're going to frame in the face with this shade. So I'm just adding it to my forehead right here. Also going down to my temples with this one. They have a buttery consistency, so it just blends very nice into the skin. They don't look powdery, and this is just like the best contour palette I ever have played with. We're just gonna add some warmth back into our cheeks. So next up I'm gonna take Chisel, which is also a warm tone, and I'm just gonna go at the end of my cheekbone right here and blend it into the temples. And this shade we're also going to use for our nose. So we're going to go over the nose with the shade, a tiny amount on each side, and then I'm also going on the middle. So now I'm going to take hashtag shade. I'm going to use the blush brush, and I'm just going to add this above where we added the contour, just to add a little bit of that peachy color back into the skin, because now the skin is a little bit flat from all the contour, and this will definitely add that beautiful flushed tone back into your skin. Then I'm also going to add a little bit in my forehead and also a tiny amount on the tip of the nose. And this adds so much color back into the skin. I am obsessed with this shade. So next up, I'm going to take a blush from MAC Cosmetics. This is the Extra Dimension blush in the shade Wrapped Candy. So I'm going to use the same blushing blush brush, and we're just carefully going to apply this. And I like to apply my blush on top of the contour and also go all the way back up here to my temples. The trick is to apply your blush in the temple as well, because then it will give you a lifted effect. And this is such a beautiful color. So I'm just going to add it on my apples, a tiny amount. I'm also going to add a tiny amount in my forehead, so I'm just dabbing it on and then I'm blending it out. So before I apply highlighter, I'm going to go back in with MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just going to spray my whole face with this one. So this trick will melt all the products we just applied together, as well as when your face is still a little bit wet, the highlighter will clinch and it will make it even more bright. So I'm going to use the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. I'm going to go in with this golden tone right here. I'm going to use the Highlight Your Life brush, and I'm just digging into this, and then we're going to apply it. So this is a trick if you want a more intense highlighter, to go in and apply your highlighter while the Fix Plus hasn't fully dried down, because it will make the highlighter appear more intense as well. And I'm also going to take this deeper shade right here, use the same brush, and I'm just going to go around the frame of my face. I'm going to add it where we added the contour and bronzer in the forehead to give a little bit more glow to my skin. So the lip liner I'm going to use today is the Jeffree Star Celebrity Skin Liner. This is my favorite, and as you can see, this is my second one. I'm running out. I'm going through this like a maniac. So I'm just going to go ahead and line in my lips with this one. Then I'm going to use a Dose of Color liquid lipstick in the shade Bear With Me, which is a beautiful nude. So to finish off the lip, I'm going to use my new lip glosses, and I really, really love it. So the shade I'm going to use today is called Success, which is one of my favorite ever color. It is a very beautiful light nude. I'm coming out with 4 nude, beautiful lip glosses. I love every single one of these, and I am so happy with the packaging. I think they're so me, so beautiful, and they look gorgeous. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set my face with the YSL Hydrating Makeup Setting Spray. I love this because it gives your skin so much hydration, it makes your makeup last longer, and it also gives you that beautiful glow, but it's not making you look dewy, it is not making you look oily or anything. It just gives you that beautiful glow from within, which I really love about this one. So I'm just gonna spray my whole face with this. And there you have it, you guys. This is the complete look. So I really enjoyed this look. I feel like it is such a beautiful everyday staple look that you could create any day of the year. All the products that I've used on my face will be down below, as well as the link to Livi Beauty if you want to check out the glosses, the brushes, everything will be linked down below. And this is also my go-to look for work because I have been obsessed with playing with brown tones on my eyes, and I'm very, very excited for you guys to see this tutorial. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. Leave a comment down below. Let me know which videos you want to see for fall, winter, and Christmas. I'm so excited because this is like my favorite season ever. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.